Everybody, Jeff Lighty Jr. here with the Ball Sports Network, the Black Balls channel. Thank you guys for the continued support. So James Harden and Russell Westbrook experiment down in Houston. It looks like it's unraveling. It looks like it's going to be over very soon. Either both or definitely Russell Westbrook will be traded away from the organization. And it's come to make me realize that maybe James Harden isn't the best teammate to play with, right? Like, we know that James Harden is a scoring machine. He's virtually unguardable until he gets to the playoffs, but he's hard to deal with as a teammate. Because think about it. There's been several versions of the Houston Rockets since James Harden's been there. There was the James Harden show, just him by himself when he first got there, and he showed that, hey, I'm a high-level scorer, a high-level basketball player. Then there was the James Harden show plus Dwight Howard, and that didn't work. Dwight wanted out. And James Harden berated Dwight Howard in the media publicly with everyone. So he ran Dwight Howard out of town. Then there was Chris Paul. Then he ran Chris Paul out of town. Now there's Russell Westbrook. And these guys actually had a friendship. And now it looks like these two won't work. And either one or both of these guys will not be on the team at the start, the December 22nd start date. It looks like it's not. There's no way this can happen. And so it comes to make me think, like, maybe James Harden is the one. Like, he is the common denominator in all of these scenarios. Daryl Morey's gone. Mike D'Antoni's gone. Only person that's still there is James Harden, and it doesn't look like it's going to work out. So what do the Rockets have to do? They have to blow it up. They have to get rid of everybody because Westbrook's already demanded a trade. That means he's not showing up. He's not coming back. If he's demanded a trade, you got to get him out of there. And James Harden, without Westbrook or without a second star, you're just stuck in the middle. And that's the thing about football and basketball. You either want to be really bad or really good. Being stuck in the middle, especially in the NBA, does nothing for you because you don't get a top draft pick most times. Even with the new lottery, you normally don't get a top draft pick. And obviously, you're not competing for championships. So there's no point, there's no point in keeping it the way it is. If you could trade James Harden to Daryl Morey up in Philly and get a Ben Simmons back and a Thomas Thibault and a pick back, I say you pull the trigger. You're going to have to get whatever you can get for Russell Westbrook because it's kind of been proven that him as a lead guy isn't going to win you a bunch of games, isn't going to do much for you. But if you can unload him to the Charlotte Hornets and Michael Jordan, you know, they have the Jordan Brand connection, and it's going to sell a lot of tickets down in Charlotte, then you go ahead and do it, especially at that number. We're talking about, like $40 million over the next 3 years, $40 million every year over the next 3 years. You do it, man. You do it. You gotta unload these contracts. You gotta get rid of these guys because they're not happy. They're not happy with the organization. And quite frankly, they're not happy with the situation because coming into the season next year, like, the Rockets they're at the top of no one's mind to win the championship. And that's unfortunate for Stephen Silas, who just got the head coaching job. It's unfortunate for the new GM, who just got his job. But they're not at the top of anybody's list, right? The Lakers, Clippers, and Golden State are the three top teams in the West. And then the Nuggets have to be ahead of the Rockets. Those are 4 teams in the Western Conference alone. Then you add the Bucks, Heat, and Philly. Bucks, Heat, and Philly over in the East, and Miami. So what is it? Rockets a top 10 team in the league? Maybe? Like, come on, man. So and that's currently constructed. You got PJ Tucker's also unhappy. Daniel House is also unhappy. Like, I really, the worst person in this whole thing is Stephen Silas, the head coach, because he's walking into a job where nobody's happy, and it's not his fault, right? James Harden not answering his phone calls, Russell Westbrook demanding trades, PJ Tucker been unhappy since last year about his contract situation, feels like he's overplayed his contract, but he is 35, 36 years old, so they don't want to give him new money. Daniel House, the one who got kicked out of the bubble for messing with one of the testers when he has a wife and kids at home, is also unhappy about his contract because he was starting to play a lot better towards the end until he got booted out of the damn bubble. Like, it is a mess in Houston. Houston, we have a problem. It is a huge disaster. Like a tsunami just came through and wiped away the damn Houston Rockets, and everything's just going to hell. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know at the end of the day, there's one common denominator in all these spats that have come out of Houston. The Dwight Howard saga, the Chris Paul saga, and now the issues with Russell Westbrook. And that common denominator is James Harden. As much as I love James Harden as a basketball player, as much as I like to watch him play, a lot of people don't, but I actually do like to watch James Harden play. He gets a lot of foul calls and he cries a lot, but he is a hooper. But at the end of the day, he's running these guys out of town. And that is something that needs to be addressed, and I think it's going to have to be addressed by moving off of James Harden. Let me know your thoughts. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because I upload videos every single day. Once again, I'm Jeff Lighty Jr. with the Black Balls channel, the Ball Sports Network. I'll see you guys next time.